Hello and welcome to all. In previous lecture, we have learned about the introduction of speed. Here, speed can be represented as average speed and instantaneous speed. Average speed basically it is the ratio of total distance or total path covered by object to total time taken to covering that distance during the motion of the object. It can be written as average speed is equal to total distance upon total time, or it can also be written as total path length upon time interval. Whereas instantaneous speed is basically it is the speed at a given instant of time during the motion of the object. It is also known as simply speed of the object. To understand the average speed, here is an example. An object from point A during its motion, it moves from point A to B, then point B to C. The distance between A to B is 3 meter and the time taken to cover this distance is equal to 2 seconds, and from B to C distance is 4 meter and the time required to cover this distance is 5 seconds. Therefore, as from the definition of average speed we know that average speed is the ratio of total distance upon total time. Here, total distance is equal to path length of AB plus BC, which is 3 plus 4 equal to 7 meter, and total time taken to travel this distance, which is 2 plus 5, it is 7 second. Therefore, average speed will be equal to total distance upon total time, total distance upon total time. Here total distance is 7, and total time taken is also 7. Therefore it is will be equal to 1 meter per second. Average speed for this example is 1 meter per second. Next term is velocity. Velocity basically it is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. The SI unit is similar to speed, which is meter per second, but in common language it is used as kilometer per hour. It can be also expressed in instantaneous velocity and average velocity. The average velocity basically is the ratio of change in position of the object with respect to time. Here, average velocity can be represented as V average is equal to x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1. Here, x2 and x1 are basically the position of the object at time t1 and t2 respectively. The position of an object can be shown with the help of this graph. In this graph, on x-axis time is represented and on y-axis position of the object is represented. The position of object is shown here at point 1 and 2. At point 1, which is at time t1. The location of object at this point is represented as x1, and at point 2 it is represented as x2. Therefore the average velocity for this condition will be equal to x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1. Here direction of arrow represent the motion of object from 1 to 2. It is a vector quantity, but speed is a scalar quantity. In that condition, only magnitude is given. There is no direction is provided to represent the speed. Here different velocity conditions are shown by the displacement time graph. The first one is representing the motion with increasing velocity. Here we can see that this is a line which is passed through the origin. It represents the velocity increasing with respect to time. It shows that with increase in time there is also increase in displacement of the object. Therefore the velocity of the object is continuously increasing with respect to time. Here the second graph shown that with increase in time the displacement is decreasing. This graph represent the motion with decreasing velocity, because with increase in time there is decrease in displacement is observed. Therefore this is known as the graph for motion with decreasing velocity. And the third one is represent the object at rest condition, because there is no change in position of the object with respect to time. Here this line is the motion of the object represented by a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. This represent there is no change in position of the object with respect to time. This represent the object at rest condition. The average velocity can be represented the average velocity can be represented by this formula, which is equal to the x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1. x2 minus x1 represent the change in position of the object in time interval t2 minus t1. Therefore it can be written as delta x upon delta t. Next term is instantaneous velocity. As the name represent the instantaneous, basically it is the velocity at an instant of time during the motion of object is known as instantaneous velocity. As from the definition of average velocity, the average velocity can be written as v average will be equal to delta x upon delta t, that is the change in displacement upon change in time. If this delta t change in time is very small, that is it approaches 0 but not 0, then the velocity is known as the instantaneous velocity. It can be represented as v instantaneous can be written as delta x upon delta t if delta t approaches to 0. This is the instantaneous velocity. It is also known as simply the velocity of the object. It is also a vector quantity and SI unit is meter per second. This is the similar example which is used to calculate the average speed of the object. In this condition, an object moves from point A to point B, then point B to point C. That is, the initial point of the object is at point A and the final point of the object is at point C. Then we have to calculate the average velocity of the object during the motion. First of all, we have to calculate the displacement of the object during this motion. As from the definition of the displacement, we know that it is the shortest path length of the initial and final position of the object during the motion. Here, the shortest path length is the hypotenuse of this triangular path, which I have to calculate here, which is represented as AC. AC will be equal to, here Pythagoras theorem is applied to calculate the hypotenuse of this triangular path, which is equal to AC will be equal to root under AB square plus BC square. AB is equal to 3 meter and BC equal to 4 meter. 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to root under 25 and which is equal to 5 meter. Therefore, the length of the AC is 5 meter. This represents the displacement of the object during the motion. Therefore, from the definition of average velocity, we know that average velocity is change in displacement with respect to time. Change in displacement, which is 5, and time is 7. Therefore, this is the average velocity 5 by 7 meter per second. Here is an example which is used to explain the four terms: distance, displacement, average velocity, and average speed. The question is, a person moves on a semicircular track of radius 40 meter. If he start at one end of the track and reaches at other end, find the distance, displacement, average velocity, and average speed if time interval, that is time required to complete its motion, is 100 seconds. Here is the diagram for this question. As from the question, it is given that a person moves on a semicircular track. This is the semicircular track on which a person moves from point A to point B. Follow this semicircular path, and the time required to complete its motion is 100 seconds, which is given here. T is given 100 seconds, and the circular path is represented like this. Now we have to find out the distance of the object traveled during this motion. The distance is actually the total path length of the object during the motion. This is the perimeter of this semicircular path, which is equal to pi into r. As we know that the perimeter of the object, the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r, and this path is a semicircular path. Therefore, the perimeter of this semicircular path will be equal to 2 pi r upon 2, which is equal to pi r. Then the radius is given as 40. Therefore, the distance is 40 pi. And displacement basically the initial and final position. The length straight line, the displacement is basically the measure of the straight line which connect the initial and final point of the motion of the object. Here this length is represented by 2r. From here to here it is r, and from here to here it is r. Therefore the total displacement of the object during this motion will be equal to 2r, which is equal to 2 into 40, which is 80 meter, and distance is 45 meter. Now we have to find out the average speed of the object during the motion, which is equal to average speed is the ratio of total distance upon total time. Here total distance is 40 pi meter and total time is 100. We can calculate as 40 into 3.14 upon 100. After calculation we got that the average speed of the object will be equal to 1.256 meter per second. B average velocity is equal to 1.256, or it can be written as 1.26 meter per second. Then we have to calculate the average velocity of the object during the motion. As from the definition we know that average velocity basically is the ratio of change in displacement with respect to time, that is delta x upon delta t. Here change in displacement during the motion is 2r, which is equal to 80 meter, and the change in time, that is time required, is 100 second. Therefore it will be equal to 0.8 meter per second. This is the average velocity of the object during this motion. From this example we are able to understand the displacement is always less than or equal to the distance. The maximum value of displacement will be equal to the distance, and the average velocity is always less than the average speed of the object. The maximum velocity of the object can be equal to the average speed of the object. On this condition the distance will be equal to displacement. In this condition the average speed will be equal to the average velocity of the object. Average velocity of the object. In next lecture we will learn about the acceleration, average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, positive acceleration, negative acceleration. Negative acceleration is also known as retardation. If you have any query or doubts related to this topic or previous topic, you can email me at amarendra038@gmail.com. Thank you.